Hello everyone, and welcome to the Emma Project. In these video tutorials, I will be discussing about getting a jump start into taking high quality photos in Second Life, as well as the basics to jump right into editing your very own pics in Photoshop CS6. So, in these tutorials I will be using Photoshop CS6, no GIMP, no any of the other programs, so, please don't message me about that stuff because I have no idea, because this is the program that I use. My name is Callie Carson in World, so if you do have any questions, you could just message me and I would be happy to help you out. These videos are ultimately dedicated to my friend Emmanuelle Brooks in Second Life, because she keeps asking me to make her these tutorials, so here I am, and they're ultimately dedicated to her. So, in our first video, we will be discussing about how to take a high quality photo in Second Life, or the highest that your computer can handle. So the very first thing that you need to know is that if you're going to be doing photos, you do need to have a semi-decent computer, because, if you want the kind of high quality that the professionals have, you really need to have something good. I actually am on a custom gaming computer myself, so if you want to know any of the specs for that stuff, I can find out for you and let you know. Or I can, link you my graphics card, etc., or anything else you want to know. So I wanted to show you this on this computer to give you a feel for what your experience in photos could look like. So, the first thing that you need to know when you're taking a high quality photo is you need to adjust your graphics. So, you're going to go up to Preferences up top, so it's under Avatar, under wherever viewer you're using. And for these tutorials I will be using Firestorm. I really like Firestorm because it allows me to save custom sized images. So you're really going to want something that allows you to do that as well, that has lots of win light options. A lot of them aren't very good. Like Viewer 3 has no win lights, it's just awful and crashes all the time, and Singularity has it doesn't let me save in big file sizes, which is bad. So I hear a lot of people like Nyron's Viewer. I hear it's really good for photos. There's a few other ones that a lot of photographers enjoy using, and I know Nyron's, that company, has a new better viewer out now, so just look that up. A lot of people use that. I prefer not to use that because I don't really like the layout, and Firestorm seems to work fine for me. So, moving on, just click Preferences and you go in your Graphics tab. Mine's already checked, so in the General tab up top, you're going to want to slide your quality and speed performance all the way up to Ultra. And you're really going to want it on Ultra for your photos, so again, you're going to need something that is able to run that without crashing a million times. So after that, you're going to go under Shaders. You're going to basically check everything. These all help to make the photo prettier and add shadows and better lighting and blah blah blah, so you're going to check all those. Under Shadows, you're going to want Sun, Moon, and Projectors. That helps bring out a lot of the nice shadows that you see here. Water reflections, everything. I think the water is really pretty. I have it on my favorite water, I think, but this is actually some pretty nice waves my friend put in on her sim. I think it's pretty, but anyway. So point lighting, full. Over here, the level of detail, you're pretty much going to want everything maxed out. Terrain detail, high. After that, you're going to go into Hardware Settings, and you go under here, the anti-aliasing or whatever it's called. Probably totally butchered that. And basically, you're going to want to put this up as high as your computer can handle. If you have a better computer, you can put it on 16, no problem. If your computer's not the best, I know a lot of decent photographers that put it on 2x or 4x. And their photos turn out fine, but if you do have a better one, put it on 16, and you're going to hit Apply. And after that, depth of field is something that you should know about. a lot of photographers, they like to blur their photos out in world before they bring it into a photo editing program, and that's what depth of field is about. So if you notice, I checked it and it totally blurs out the background and brings out the foreground. That's pretty much what depth of field does. I don't really use it because I prefer to blur things out in Photoshop myself, but it is there if you do want to use it. So after that, hit OK, and you're going to want to check your high-res snapshot on in advanced. So I already have my advanced menu unhidden, but if yours is hidden, you can just hit the key command Control-Alt-D or Control-Alt-Shift-D for Windows, and if you have a Mac, it's Option Control-D. So after you have the handy little advanced menu up, you just check high-res snapshot, and you can see it's checked now. That helps bring a lot of good quality images. It helps smooth out the edges and just refine the image as a whole, so you're really going to want to make sure you have that checked every time you go to take a photo. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to play around with your win light and your shadows to get a really nice image. So go up to World, Environment Editor, and Environment Settings. And I go to Customize my environment, and yes, I have the Nacon or Nakins water on. That one's really pretty. That one's my favorite. But for the sky setting, you go to Fixed Sky, and you have loads of wind light options to try out. I'm not going to try a bunch now because, you know, it'll take too long, but, ooh, that's what I've done that. But, you know, as you can see, you have so many options for different shadows and different, I mean, they really, really affect the photo a lot, depending on what kind of feel you want for the photo. So try them out every single time you go to take an image, and they really will bring your photo up to the next level, you could say, by having the right wind light. So after you have your wind light picked out, you can also go up to Sky, and you can actually adjust your wind light that you picked over here. You know, you can adjust the different things like, I don't know, this is haze densities. If you don't want a lot, you could bring it down. Different stuff like that this allows you to adjust. So that's kind of cool. So you can get a really custom wind light depending on what you want. So yeah, and then you can do clouds, cloud density. So that's pretty cool. And this one adjusts where the sun is depending on what time of day you want it to be. So you can adjust where your shadows are located. It's called ESTANG, or this slider right here. So that's pretty awesome. So after that, hit OK, and you have the perfect wind light, you have the perfect angle and the pose, you have your graphics maxed, everything's perfect, you're ready to take your photo. So you're going to go into the snapshot mode. Click that, click the drop down, and click Custom. And Custom, you're really going to want to save your images into a large size. If you learn anything from this tutorial, learn this. Save your images at least 6x3. It helps smooth out the edges so much and give a really high quality image, especially if you want people to zoom into your images. You're really going to want to do 6x3 at least. I know a lot of people that do it even bigger, but 6x3 tends to work for me. So you can pick what kind of image you want, PNG, JPEG. I usually do PNG. Refresh to save it in the custom. And once this loads, save as. You just name your snapshot, put it wherever you want, hit save, and it will be there for you. So that is the basics to taking a high quality image in Second Life. In my next tutorial I will be discussing about the basics in Photoshop CS6. So stay tuned and stick around, and I think my next video will be pretty awesome, so see you then.